It's Sunday morning and we're on our way to McCarthy. St. Elias Mountain, I believe, back there. And here is the Wrangler, the largest mountain in this chain sea, on this Wrangell mountain range here. Beautiful, beautiful pull over here. We just passed the Tina wayside, and this is where the pavement ends. And headed on our way to McCarthy as far as we can drive in here. So that's just a sample, I guess, that narrow road there. Single lane narrow road. And the dust, which will be in a little while if it rains, could be mud. Okay, this is called a washboard. Well, I said the pavement ends, but it did a little while, so now we've got a little bit more pavement there. That windscreen's been beat up a little bit. Okay, so we're on pavement, so who knows? And just enjoy the pavement when you can, because we have none now.
Entering language.
Yeah, this is a one-trip thing. Come down here one time. Tina River. Lakina. Almost what I said. Yeah, this is, I believe this is one that's referred to as a $1 million bridge. I mean, I had to rebuild it like every year. It would break down because of the snow and permafrost and whatever. Yeah, I believe this is called the McCarthy Footbridge. It's the only way you can get across this creek. The air no, you cannot drive across here. So we paid to park $5 for 4 hours parking up there, or $6 it is now. Yeah, we may owe some more money when we come back. don't know if we're gonna do this in 4 hours. So anyway, we have a old piece of equipment sitting up here. Well, I know I said you can't drive across here, but there's a private bridge, I guess, that gets across here. What kind of vehicle it is? Oh, it's a Ford. Duh. Ford. I know that logo. Oh, the headlights. It's cool. I guess back in that day, the headlights are like your pop-in lights right now, with the little bayonets on them, like your tail lights and parking lights used to be on some vehicles. We're on the McCarthy special. Little shuttle bus van picked us up on the McCarthy side of the footbridge and taking us to McCarthy, where we'll get a ticket and bus pass to Kennecott. Let's see if they have a Park Service stamp. Where you at? You're there. Okay, we're at the Kennecott Mines National Historical Landmark. The mine's well worth it, I'm sure. But it's not easy. It's not easy to get here. It's 60 miles through a gravel road, not all that rough really, and then take a couple shuttles or walk up here. We're gonna make it. We're having fun up here in Alaska. Once in a lifetime trip here. And we're gonna go now to look at the town. Town of Kennecott.
We get an hour.
We got an hour before our tour begins. We got a National Park stamp at the Visitor Center that said Kennecott on it, which is different than the other one we got. This is well, that's not, it's three-story and an attic there. Okay, this is Kennecott Post Office. Normally they put the zip code on the post office, so anyway, I got them shorts. U.S. Post Office that has its own zip code. I can have mail delivered here. Oh, there's a this little building has what exhibits. That looks like old stuff to me. I don't know. Best West prunes and yeah, big cans of apricots. Oh, pots, pans, and coffee percolators. All candy. Look at that big tomato and that picture of the old Tom Sawyer Hook Finn looking kid on it. Backside of it, I guess.
It's 1917, that's how it looks like.
Okay, so these canned goods are from 1917. I'm not sure which way to go. Snowshoe. What's left of a dog sled.
Oh, this is the old post office.
Okay, so we're in the post office, I guess. Okay. So I don't know how they get their mail now. We're in the old post office, which was built in 1917. Restoration completed in 2006.
$1 million in profit before the ore vein ran out in 1938. The Kennecott Mines Company used this phenomenal profit to purchase more copper mines in the southwest United States. It went on to become the nation's largest copper company and an international force in the metals market. Once the ore ran out, Kennecott was quickly abandoned.
So on my way in, I was calling this the post office. This is definitely where the post office used to be. And you can access it. I don't know, can we go through here or not? We went through the other side. Through the entrance thing. Oh, could have went right in here. Checked if you had any mail. There's probably a sign that used to be outside the door back in the day. Or could have been the inside sign. It's old. The Kennecott Mine, United States National Landmark. So we just watched a video on it in there, and ore came from up in the mountain there somewhere. Came down here, getting processed and shipped out here where they had a train. Track might have ran right through where this bridge is now. They had a good water source for processing the copper here. Still a good source of water today.
People, and they were the first ones to really utilize copper. So they used copper utensils and jewelry and whatnot, and they were able to just find it in the river. So if you know the town Chitina, if you drove up here, Chitty means copper and Na means river, so that's why we call it the Copper River, as well as the city of Chitina. So they already discovered copper. Then there's some prospectors who came in, rolling. They're saying that we want to try and make money. We got to find copper. We heard it's out here. So they heard Stephen Birch knew that he had to do well for his workers. He wanted to make sure that they were treated well to keep the morale up high. So he built this little building right here, the recreation hall, to kind of help that morale. We can actually go in here too.
Not a big deal.
House usually had around 8 to 20 kids in it every year. These kids range from preschool all the way up to 8th grade. Once they got past 8th grade, they would have to go down to the lower 48 to continue. But these kids, they actually had a really great life. They would play back here. The glacier was actually about 300 feet higher. So they would play on the glacier in the wintertime, the summertime. They had a baseball field and they would carve out bleachers on the glacier to sit on to observe. And right here we have our west bunkhouse. Our west bunkhouse housed about 50 to 60 workers. Those workers who worked in the mine, or the mill, I should say. They worked in the mill. So on the top 2 floors, that's where their bunkhouses were. This middle one is the mess hall where they would eat and cook and whatnot. And the bottom floor would be all the bathrooms and whatnot. All right, and now here we have our general store and our post office. So if you're the ones who lived in the private cabins or in that middle class house or apartment style building, you have the option to come to the general store, buy your groceries, and cook your own food, which is kind of crazy, but awesome. They would also have a Sears catalog there where you could pick and choose what you want to buy. This post office, it was very nice and operating. They would get their mail typically once a week. This is actually the sawmill.
Sawmill.
So a lot of the wood that we have up here is a lot of spruce. Spruce is not great for building. As you can tell, a lot of the wood right here was spruce. So back then they needed a building as to which they could process wood. So the sawmill came into effect. It was one of the first buildings to be built with local wood. And after that, they started bringing up better, hardier wood, typically from Washington. So they needed a sawmill to process everything, to build it all. As you can tell, a lot of these buildings are still standing because they brought up hardier wood. Spruce, not good wood to build with. And this mill, it actually also used to be a morgue in the winter time because the ground was too hard to properly bury anyone. So they would, you know, store people here until it was the proper time for them to have a funeral and whatnot. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about how this one, if you use the local timber, fell down completely. But if you look at the building right behind us, that is still standing from the early 1900s. So here we have the general manager's office. If any of you remember me talking about Clarence Warner and Tarantula Jack, they staked their claim. They built a building. This was the one that they built, this log cabin right here. Unfortunately, this is a replica. The National Park actually rebuilt this and recreated to look exactly how it was back then. But Stephen Birch, when he came here, he decided to use that log building, that first building, as his office, the general manager's office. So he was typically to be found in here, and he expanded off of it, created two different wings to house administrative assistants and other workers who were that high skill. So they kind of all worked in here, and I'll take you inside. I'll show you some pictures. You can see that's a good picture of Stephen Birch right there.
Oh, look at that. That's the glacier.
That's the glacier. That's the glacier there.
Yeah. That's the...
And that's mine up here.
Yeah.
So like I said, the glacier used to be 300 feet taller. These pictures really put into nice perspective of how you could look down onto the town of Kennecott itself, which is absolutely crazy to think that that glacier has gone down so much. And it's also, you can see here as well, the tramway that went up to Jumbo Mine and the tramway that went to Bonanza Mine. And more of like the town in its glory. Kind of fun little perspective to look at. You can even see the hospital was fully built, the women's bunkhouse, and then not quite sure, and then yeah, Stephen Birch's McMansion was way up there.
We're miners now. It's good to be young again. No, we're going in the mine. Miner, M-I-N-E-R. And we have to wear these helmets, go into the mine. It's not really a mine, it's the processing tower of the Kennecott mine.
Oh, look at that bend.
Right here, so the copper would kind of come down these two chutes right here onto these. You can't really tell what they used to be, but these are our vibrating screens. So this is kind of that first process to see if any of that ore that they're mining has any copper in it. So they crush it down first of all with that grizzly grate, one of the crushers up there. It would come down here, and all these would have little screens.
There's I don't know what floor we're on. Getting about halfway down, maybe. That's the rest of the town there. Or not the rest of town, but the rest of the mill operation.
Yeah, we'll finish the mill. We can
walk all the way down to that. And that's Kennecott Glacier there. It's going to close it and we're going to get to it.
But all I know about this floor is these two big old machines right here. These are our crushers. So all of that ore that would come in, they need to make it smaller, so they would crush them. So this machine right here was our Simmons disc crusher. And then this machine right here, this is our trailer rolling mill. It was also another crusher, but this one kind of worked in a way where it was literally just a trailer, almost kind of going over it, spinning it, and crushing everything underneath. These are the Hancock jig would be after the vibrating screens would be the next process to separate the high grade ore, the copper, to kind of the lower grade stuff. So this would work in a way where it would go with water running through it. It kind of go down, over, up, and over, and continue going this little motion right here. So all of the heavy ore would sink to the bottom. All the lighter stuff would float up, go into the next basket, all the way down. So all the heavy stuff.
What'd you say your name was again?
Katrin.
Katrin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. You're doing a super job.
Cool, awesome. So this is also a crusher, the trailer rolling mill, but this stopped being in operation pretty early on. So if you can see, they actually started building this floor, that's a good example again, around this. This was too heavy for them to move it up or do anything with it, so they decided to quit using it, leave it where it is, because it weighs close to, I think, in like 20 tons of pretty heavy. So a lot of the machinery, if it was too heavy to move or too much effort or whatnot, they would leave it where it was, build around it, and continue on. So if you're trying all these little wooden panels, would kind of help again with that jumping process. If it was heavy, it would roll off into the end and continue on going to the next process. And if it was lighter, it'd get all watered down, all those diamonds that you're playing with, that would control the water flow as to which way it was going. So the less workers you have working at once, the less you have to pay people, the more profit you're making. So Stephen Birch was making quite a bit of money, which is great for him, not so much for our workers. So we're gonna head on down and we're gonna exit the building. You guys can just go ahead and exit on and wait right out there.
Okay, anyway, we're gonna walk through the rest of town here, then we're gonna head out of here. Walking down the wooden sidewalk in Kennecott, she's so tired. Well, I think we've seen a part of the Kennecott mine that we went in the top there and came all the way down to the bottom. It takes a guided tour to do it, but it was worth it to us.
Insurance probably totaled that, I would think.
We have came out, we toured the Kennecott mine, we dropped back off in McCarthy, and we're going to tour this place. I like these old automobiles. Yep, we got to make a walk through McCarthy, and give me 30 minutes for the next free ride. It goes down to the walk bridge. And I brought the GoPro this time because I thought it was going to like be pouring rain. But let me just do a video here. Take a few pictures. Hey, live free or die. Yeah, I've noticed a few vehicles in this town do not have state plates on them. I guess if they never go anywhere out of here, they probably don't need them. That moose looks a lot like Bullwinkle. This mode of transportation is very popular here. Smaller one can go across the footbridge. I don't know if that one would be able to. So you can get out of here. Oh, that's a safe.
Is it a safe?
That's an old safe, money safe. or whatever they want to keep valuables safe. There's not much to see in this town, but we got off and had a little time to kill, so we're checking it out there. I think I'll take some pictures. But, thank you. All right. Still getting around.
Wait a minute. There you go.
Okay, we're visiting McCarthy and Kennecott mine. Actually, we just visited. We're on our way out. But first, take a look at. Don't move your arms. Look at all the mosquitoes swarming around Russell.
A lot. Huge,
There's a lot of them. And they're large, and they're bloodthirsty. Mosquitoes aren't really that bad until you stop. If you stop just for a second, then they get really, really bad.
Continue on Alaska Penn.
There's a catwalk underneath here, and that's the bridge up there where you drive across, single lane bridge. And I got the truck backed up to it so we can use the tailgate, assist us on getting up it. Yeah, very deep river. Once we get over it, we'll take some videos with the GoPro going down. Shouldn't be scary at all. Let's see if we can do it. I didn't memorize the name of this bridge before we got here. Or actually, the bridge is up there. This is a catwalk underneath the bridge. That's been on my list for a long time to do. It goes over, well, it goes under the bridge goes over deep gorge, and that'll be an experience looking down there. All right, check that out. Look at your camera.
There you go.
But as big a thrill as this is, yeah, we're only going to do it one time. Yeah, we didn't have our camera set up when we to show us climbing up or struggling to get up from the ground up to it. An extension ladder would have been great. We did it hard way, but we made it. We're making it down. Now that might be something else. Just posts on each end of it, supporting posts. Well, she said let's go all the way across mine as well. We came this far, we're halfway, definitely halfway, go all the way across. All right, those are the steps we have to go over.
We'll have to figure out how to do that.
So this is the way we got to the walkway here, on the rail here. And parked the truck down there, backed up so we get on tailgate. I said an extension ladder would have been good. Anyway, so I gotta climb down. I can't videotape myself climbing down because I'm scared. Okay, I'm down on solid ground. But I didn't look as graceful as Marissa's gonna look coming down. She knows how to do it right. Yeah, this is how we had to get up to it. And then come back down. All right, see, she's down there. She's yeah, she said it's easy.
I was scared on the other side, but this one is easy after.
Oh yeah, easy peasy. Get on tailgate and then come on down. We'll put all that stuff up there.
Okay.
We are driving north on, it's Richardson Road, as they call it here, but it's Highway Alaska 4. We're driving north. It's no big deal. We all drive north a lot. But we're driving at 10:30 at night. 10:30 at night. After around this mountain, the sun's going to pop up again. 10. Yeah, there's the sun.
And it's 10:30.
And it's 10:30. It's going to be about 11 o'clock when we get home. The sun will be setting at probably 11:30. I'm not sure what the sunset time is, David. It's been running around 11:30. Of course, it's going to get earlier and earlier as we go on further away from the summer solstice, which is the 21st of this month.
This is the
And this is the latest we've been out driving.
11 o'clock Sunday night.
Yes. And the sun, let me see if I can turn around and get the sun in the picture here. That's where the sun's setting, is beyond that little mountain right there. Okay, we're in our camping area for the night. So it was a good day. Good day. We got a full campground here again. Overnight camping spots here. Looks like our trailer's safe. So we're done for today.